hollow Earth, flat Earth, birds are not real, and other dumb conspiracy theories. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the dumbest conspiracy theories out there. Get ready for a good laugh and maybe thought-provoking questions about human beliefs. Let's get started. Hollow Earth. In 2014, some scientists released some new crazy findings about the Earth's core. Scientists have discovered a massive reservoir of water deep beneath the surface of the Earth, 3 times the size of all the oceans combined. This could explain where all the seas on Earth came from. Conspiracy theorists were like,
"Oh yeah, that's it. We don't know anything about the inside of the Earth at all."
And so the hollow Earth theory started to get more popular. Some people even think there's another Earth inside our Earth. The moon is not real. We're not really sure where this crazy theory came from, but considering the moon is right there, it's pretty wild. You know, if you just looked up. Some people, like Dave Marsh, who's also a flat earther. We'll get back to this later. So he say that the moon is just a projection. He told The Guardian back in 2018. The moon is a projection put there for a reason which we could study for 1,000 more years and never understand. Fake snow. TikTok users holding lighters to snowballs to stoke conspiracy theories about fake snow they say has been seeded by, wait for it, global environmental philanthropist and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. With extreme weather events happening all over the US in 2021, people were talking about a conspiracy theory that Bill Gates was creating fake snow that doesn't melt, but instead burns. In the videos, you can see people holding open flames from lighters or other things right up to those hard-packed snowballs. And the snowballs aren't melting, they're just burning. No water, no drip, nothing, says one lady who thinks there's metal in the snow and that some guy named Gates is to blame. Conspiracy theorists say that more snow means something about climate change. They say it's part of the government's plan to put restrictions on people. Some people think that Bill Gates could be involved with the Chinese government and they both want people to think it's fake snow. If they could control the weather, why wouldn't they use real snow? Flat Earth. If you search for Flat Earth on Google, you'll be joining a group that has helped triple the number of searches for that term in the last few years. Actually, a poll from 2018 found that about 2/3 of young Americans from 18 to 24 believe the Earth is round. So why? Once upon a time, people believed that the Earth was flat because it made sense. You know, ships would sail off into the distance and often never come back, and those left behind didn't have access to much outside information. Nonetheless, Greek philosophers figured out that the Earth is round way back in the 3rd century BC, but it wasn't until the 1500s that it really took off. So, why is the Flat Earth movement gaining popularity in the 21st century, despite all the scientific evidence that proves the Earth is a squished sphere? Well, it is thought that it happens due to general trend towards populism and the don't trust experts movement, or the mainstream media. The Flat Earth community uses a bunch of different social media platforms in different ways to create a sort of ecosystem around their beliefs, and it really works. The algorithms adapt to a person's preferences, and if they're interested in the Flat Earth theory, then boom, they're trapped. The algorithms will only show them content about the Flat Earth now. It's also possible that Flat Earthers are actually using Cartesian doubt, which is a philosophical idea that says the world outside of yourself is uncertain. And overall, it's a mix of Cartesian doubt, a trend towards populism, the don't trust experts movement, and the curse of social media algorithms. Chemtrails. Chemtrails is the idea that governments or some other group is secretly spraying toxic chemicals into the air from planes, which creates visible trails in the sky. So it's like contrails, but with more chemicals. People were saying that the US Air Force was spraying mysterious substances on the population from planes, leaving behind unusual contrails. These theories were discussed a lot on internet forums back then. Federal officials got a lot of angry calls and emails about it, like, "Hey, those airplanes are really messing up my life, boohoo," he said with a sneer. In the early 2000s, the US Air Force quickly released a statement saying that the accusations from citizens were just a conspiracy theory. The US Air Force said that the chemtrail hoax had been investigated and proven wrong by lots of famous universities, scientific groups, and big media outlets. However, a 2014 survey of 20 chemtrail sites found that the believers even rely on science in some of their arguments, but they don't believe what scientists or government scientists say. The survey also found that chemtrail believers think they're part of a global conspiracy. They say there are different goals behind chemtrails, like making money, like manipulating futures prices or making people sick for drug companies, controlling populations or testing weapons, using weather as a weapon or testing biological weapons. The analysis of responses to the 2016 congressional election study revealed that 9% of 36,000 people believed that the government has a secret plan to use airplanes to release harmful chemicals in the air, and another 19% thought it was somewhat true. And it's very sad and stupid. Birds aren't real. Actually, this one is a joke in the first place. People are not that dumb, right? So birds aren't real is a crazy conspiracy theory that says birds are actually controlled by the US government to spy on people. The movement says that the US government wiped out all the birds between 1959 and 1971 and replaced them with look-alike drones that they use to spy on people. It's not always clear what they're talking about, like with most conspiracy theories. They say birds sit on power lines to charge up, and they poop on cars to track people. They also say JFK was killed because he wouldn't let the government kill all the birds. That sounds terrifying, but remember, it's just a joke, guys. Phantom time hypothesis. The phantom time hypothesis says that those years from 614 to like 900 AD or something just didn't happen. So, some people made up those years and everything that happened in them, including all the artifacts from that time. Charlemagne is totally fictional, by the way. You thought it was 2024, but it's actually 1738. Makes you feel young again, huh? The phantom time hypothesis was created by Heribert Illig, a German author and amateur historian. He became famous after publishing his controversial book, Das erfundene Mittelalter, die größte Zeitfälschung der Geschichte, which means the invented Middle Ages, the greatest time falsification in history. In this book, he argued that there was a huge mistake in the way history was recorded. Illig compared the Julian calendar, which was created by Julius Caesar, with the Gregorian calendar, which is used today. He found that there are 297 extra years in the Gregorian calendar compared to the Julian one. This means that the history we know today might be wrong. But of course it's not. The phantom time theory falls apart when you look closer. While Europe might not have a lot of original manuscripts from the Middle Ages, but artifacts and documents from Asia and Africa prove beyond doubt that those missing centuries really happened. You can also find evidence of those missing centuries in nature. Tree rings show the passage of time, and old medieval records of astronomical events like solar eclipses prove that their observers lived in different periods. Nazi UFO. I like that one because it elevates the concept of UFOs and conspiracy theories to an entirely new level. It appears that the Nazis possessed UFOs back in the 1930s, before World War II concluded. They transported all their UFOs and concealed them at a secret base in Antarctica. Since then, these UFOs have been circulating globally, playing tricks on people's minds. Man, I wish I could be that creative. Still, some UFO enthusiasts believe that US forces captured some Nazi scientists who were working on creating UFOs and put them to work on developing the so-called D-Glock anti-gravity technology. According to the legend, this culminated in the Kecksburg incident, when a UFO in the shape of a bell allegedly crashed near Kecksburg, Pennsylvania in December 1965. Is any of this adding up? It's super unlikely. To start with, there's one big hole in this theory. If the US really had anti-gravity tech, where are the anti-grav planes? Thanks for watching. Click that like and subscribe button. It will help our channel to grow. If you want to see part 2 or have any other crazy conspiracy theory that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye.